Welcome back to It's Been a Minute. Revelation chapter 3, verse 20. Jesus says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and dine with him, and he with me." So a lot of us hear this verse, and we immediately think that Jesus is talking about a call to salvation, saying that if you call out to me, I will save you. That this is a verse written to non-Christians who now have an opportunity to believe in him. But it's not. This isn't necessarily a call to salvation. If we go to the context of chapter 3, verse 20, chapter 3, verse 14 says this, "And to the angel of the church, to the Laodiceans," right? So this letter, or this message that Christ gave, was not to non-Christians, but to the church. What church was this? This was the rich church, right? The rich church, because you say, "I am rich," verse 17. So Jesus is talking to this church that thought they were rich, but they weren't seeking after him. He's saying, you're focused so much on your money and worldly possessions, on making your church worldly, but you're not being focused on what truly matters, him. He's saying, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock." Can you imagine having a church service and Jesus standing outside the door of the church service and knocking, waiting for someone to let him in? And here's the thing, you think about that and you're like, how could that possibly happen? Why don't you think about a little bit of who Jesus was? In the book of Matthew, chapter 8, verse 20, it says, "And Jesus said to him, Foxes have holes, birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head." Jesus was homeless, right? Jesus was homeless. A lot of people assume that he was broke. They didn't have very much money. We know he was born in a manger. We know that his parents gave turtle doves because they didn't have the money to give the proper offering. We know all of these things add up to Jesus being broke and homeless. This is the person who's standing at the door and knocking and saying, "If you let me in, I'll dine with you." But this is God himself. So who is Jesus in your life? Are you, as part of the church, are you as a Christian opening up your heart to Jesus, ready to have a meal with him? And we think about what a meal means to dine with you. It's to have this intimate relationship with him, to spend time with the Lord, getting to know him. So thank you for watching. It's been a minute.